Jeez Louise. Woo. Ow.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be doing more of a vlog style. We're gonna get into some stretching and then I'm gonna go for a 2+ hour long run in the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus. During the run, I'm gonna talk to you about my training, how it's been going, what we've been doing, and kind of why. Hopefully give you a couple tips along the way that you might be able to implement into the training of your own. And then after, just talk about my post-run routine, nutrition, and just see where the day takes us. So let's get into it.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers.
Let's go.
We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. So let us dance this night away.
Jeez Louise. Woo. Ow. Crazy. All right, so we're just over 4 miles into the run now. And after that fall, you're probably wondering why I chose the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus for a day like today. And like, honestly, when you're running in these conditions where it's just like sheer ice, you just got to pick your battles, and whatever you're most comfortable in, you got to go with. And for me, even out of all my trail shoes, Asics grip right now is what I feel the most confident in, so I'll take that every time. Plus, long runs, I enjoy the foam, I enjoy the responsiveness, and what I'm trying to do today is keep my heart rate down, and for some reason my body just really responds well to the geometry and the nature of the Metaspeed Sky Plus. And as you could see, where I live, it's basically split in half by a big coulee, and so we have whoop up drive, which basically goes down and up, and you see me run down it, and that can just become pure ice. So I mean, you got to be a little bit confident going into those things, and so that's my thought process behind that.
Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air getting.
Alright, so let's talk about training for a little minute here. So if you're new to the channel, I'm just under 16 weeks out from the Boston Marathon. So really what we're trying to do is just build a super large base. So it's been like a lot of easy runs, but with strides at the end. Now, I think what gets lost is the difference between an easy run and a steady run. So basically for me, what easy run means is I'm just going with what my body gives me that day. So if I have a target heart rate, let's say it's 130, 140, whatever it might be, I'm going that pace. Now, my goal for Boston is to run a 6-minute mile for the entire duration on average. And so people might say, well, easy runs are supposed to be a minute slower or a minute and a half slower than that. And really, to me, that's more of a steady run. So in that one, you're less dictating on your heart rate and you're putting towards the pace as opposed to an easy run right now, which I am just going based on my heart rate and whatever my body wants to give me on that day. And so that's really important because basically if you start pushing when your body is not ready to go there yet on your easy days, you're gonna start taking away from your hard efforts on your tempo days and your threshold days and your marathon pace days. And also when your body's ready and recovered and you only have a set pace, you might actually be able to go harder than you thought at a lower heart rate. So it's really important to listen to your body and train instinctively in that manner. So this week I'll probably end off around like 105 to upper end 110 kilometers max, which I think is around like 64 or so miles. And we're just kind of set that foundation. What we're going to do is just kind of see how many miles I can get in and hold without getting injured or having any ningles, and then starting integrating the speed work and start kind of amping up that intensity. So then come, I think 12 weeks out, we're going to start doing a little bit of speed work. 10 weeks, we're going to put the hammer down and keep going, riding that till about 2 weeks out, and then start a taper. So in terms of my training plan and what I do, it's a lot of instinctual stuff. I'm always listening to my body, and I truly just take my easy days easy. So if you do follow me on Strava and you're seeing 9:30 minute miles or 7:45 and it's all easy, doesn't matter. It's because that's how I was feeling on that day. Anyways, we got about an hour and 15 or so left on the run, so let's get at it. One thing I would mention, if you're having problems like understanding like heart rate and pace and all that stuff and why you're doing and what you're doing it for, but you have like experience in the gym, think of it this way. You don't go to the gym and hit your 1 rep max every day. You don't go and hit your 3 rep max every day. It's all about variability and adding variability to your training, you know, doing drop sets, triple drop sets, rest pauses, things like that. Stimulate yourself in a different way every time so you're continually growing, even if you're not maxing out every single day. Basically, if you were to push yourself as hard as you could or close to as hard as you could every single run, you'd burn out, you'd be injured, and your hard efforts would become slower if mentally you were able to take it that far. And so variation and changing up the training, changing up how hard you're going is basically the same as changing up your reps and the weight in the gym. So just keep that in mind whenever you're training. Know that it's for a purpose, even if it doesn't feel like you're doing much at that time. What you're really doing is strengthening your tendons. You're getting that bone density going, you know? And when I say easy run too, I'm not saying just sloppy form. I mean, work on that running form, work on your mechanics. You have everything else to worry about besides speed. And it's so nice not having to worry about pace or anything like that, time. You're just going. So you can really put some thought into maybe your foot strike, or, you know, where your foot's landing, or your arm swing, and everything like that. So there's a lot of other things on easy days that you can do to improve as a runner, besides your aerobic fitness. So I hope that helps. Anyways, back to it.
And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment, moment. And don't go wait until the morning, morning. You never know when it is over, over. All that I know is we'll get older, older. So let us dance this night away. Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. So let us dance this night away.
Easily the best fast food fries out there. If you made it this far in the video, leave a comment down below. What's your favorite fast food fry? For me, it's McDonald's every single time.
Get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry about the footage there. The GoPro died about 12, 13 miles in, but yeah, so we ended up getting about 16 miles in. Average pace per kilometer was 5:13, or miles was 8:23. I'll put everything up on the screen now. But yeah, and that just happened to be the pace. We went out there, we kept our heart rate in the range that we wanted, and the most important thing right now is that we feel good and not too tired, and be able to get back at it again tomorrow. So just a really successful long run. So going over my nutrition a little bit, the first thing I do when I step in the door is I go get a big glass of water. There's nothing really to that, especially if you run with water, you should be fine, but I'm very bad for drinking water. So I've kind of programmed it into myself that that is the first thing I do, and that's just the reason for that. The other thing I try to do is have an orange. So simple carbohydrates at this point are very, very important, and running, as it builds your immune system, when you go on long runs or harder efforts, it actually temporarily lowers it. So having a little vitamin C in there for some protection and maybe some immuno boosting a little bit, it's always a good play. After that, I'm going for some quick protein. So if you're someone that loves shakes, a Hydro Whey or an isolate, top notch. Don't be worried about getting too bulky. I know there's a lot of people out there that lift weights all the time and crush protein like nobody's business and have a hard time putting on muscle. So if that's something you're shying away from, don't. You're just kind of inhibiting your workouts. Because really what you're doing when you're running is you're breaking it down. Now, not as to the extreme of weightlifting, but you're still breaking down tissue that needs to be repaired. So protein is going to be your number one source for that. And then just getting some more simple carbohydrates in, right? So you want to replace what you put out. So rice, fruit, whatever that might be. Other than that, for the most part of the day, I'm just listening to my body. So today I didn't get out till 10:30ish for my run. I ran fasted. I just had a thing of coffee and I left. And that's a little bit more on the extreme end for running fasted for me. But and then after the post-workout meal, I'm just really listening. So it's like if my joints are sore, the number one thing that you can do when you have sore joints is eat fats, and that's healthy fat. So whether that's nuts, eating salmon that's high in omega-3s, cold pressed unrefined oils, whatever it might be, you can substitute that in for maybe what you are eating and taking care of your joints in that way. But if you are using oils, one thing I would tell you is that just don't cook with it. Add it on after, because oils have a smoking point. So let's say you're using extra virgin olive oil, you know, you go out and buy the expensive cold pressed, organic, whatever it might be, but you cook with it, you're losing everything nutritional about it. And that goes with every oil. I think canola oil has the highest smoking point, so that's why a lot of people just fry with it, but that is a very unhealthy oil. So what I typically do is that I'll have my rice, and with the hot rice, I'll just slowly melt that oil in just naturally on the plate. So you're actually getting in all the high antioxidants and the good nutrients that oils can provide for your body when you are feeling tired, sore, or just kind of wanting to add more fats into your day. So thanks everybody for tuning into another video. If you have made it this far, please in the comments down below, let me know what you'd like to see on the next vlog, what you'd like to see different. Just give me your opinions. I would love it. As this channel grows, I'd like to put out better and better content. So everyone's voice matters. But enjoy your training, have fun, and until next time, we'll see you.